Over 1.5 billion people have viewed social media posts about the carnivore diet. That's incredible. I mean, that's almost 1 out of every 5 people on the planet curious about ditching the salad and digging into steak. So, is this another passing fad like the grapefruit diet or jazzercise? Or can eating like a lion really make our health and metabolism roar? Well, in this video, we're gonna cut through the hype and get to the meat of the matter, pun intended. We're talking to everyday people who've put the carnivore diet to the test and experienced jaw-dropping transformations. We'll also hear from a top doc who'll break down the science behind the sizzle and give us the inside scoop on how to tell if the carnivore diet might be your ticket to a healthier, leaner you. Get ready to be inspired by astonishing carnivore diet before and after photos from women who've used the strategy to shed up to 145 pounds. Our first carnivore champion is Paula Kish. At 54 years young, Paula had resigned herself to a life of pain and discomfort. She was carrying around extra weight and her clothes were getting tighter. But more than the weight, it was the other symptoms that really bothered her. Paula suffered from debilitating migraines that would knock her out for days. Her joints ached constantly, and she just couldn't seem to shake this persistent brain fog. She felt tired all the time, and her energy levels were just in the basement. Paula had tried every diet under the sun, from low-fat to vegan, but nothing seemed to budge the scale or alleviate her symptoms. She was starting to lose hope. Sound familiar? I know so many of my patients are at that point of desperation when they finally walk into my office. They're at their wits' end and they're ready for a real solution. Well, that's exactly where Paula was when she stumbled across the carnivore diet. She had heard whispers about it from other women in her life, but she was skeptical. Could giving up fruits, vegetables, and all those healthy whole grains really be the answer? It sounded too good to be true, but Paula was desperate. She knew she needed a radical change, and she was willing to try anything. So she took a deep breath and dove headfirst into the world of meat and fat. And you know what? It was the best decision she ever made. Within weeks, Paula's migraines vanished. She woke up one day, and it was like someone had flipped a switch. The pain was gone. But it wasn't just the migraines. Her joint pain started to subside, and that pesky brain fog that had been clouding her mind for years lifted. She finally felt like her old self again, the sharp, energetic woman she knew was hiding somewhere beneath the pain and fatigue. But here's the kicker. As Paula's body healed and her energy soared, something else incredible happened. The weight started melting off. She was losing pounds without even trying. The pounds turned into inches, and before she knew it, Paula had dropped 5 dress sizes. She went from a size 20 to a size 10, a transformation that most people only dream of. What's even more remarkable is that Paula didn't feel deprived on the carnivore diet. In fact, she felt more satisfied than ever before. The cravings for sugary treats and processed foods that used to haunt her simply disappeared. She was eating delicious, nutrient-dense foods that kept her full and energized all day long. Paula's story is a powerful testament to the transformative power of the carnivore diet. It's not just about weight loss, although that's certainly a welcome side effect for many. It's about reclaiming your health, boosting your energy, and feeling your absolute best from the inside out. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Dr. Barry, Paula's story is amazing, but she's just one person. What about other people who've tried the carnivore diet? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because Paula's story is just the tip of the iceberg. We've got more incredible carnivore transformations coming your way. Our next carnivore rock star is Ruth Hovsepian. Now, Ruth's story is particularly close to my heart because it highlights the power of the carnivore diet to tackle some of the most common and frustrating health issues we face today. You see, at 265 pounds, Ruth wasn't just carrying extra weight, she was carrying the heavy burden of chronic illness. Ruth had been diagnosed with a sluggish thyroid, a condition that can wreak havoc on your metabolism and make weight loss feel like an uphill battle. And if that wasn't enough, she also suffered from rheumatoid arthritis, an autoimmune disease that causes debilitating joint pain and inflammation. To top it off, Ruth was plagued by gout, a painful condition that often affects the joints and the feet. Can you imagine the pain and discomfort she must have been in? It's heartbreaking to think about. Ruth had tried everything to find relief. She had been to countless doctors, tried every medication under the sun, and followed every diet plan imaginable, but nothing seemed to work. She was trapped in a cycle of pain, inflammation, and exhaustion, and she was starting to lose hope. Then, Ruth stumbled upon the carnivore diet. At first, she was hesitant. Could giving up fruits, vegetables, and grains really help with her thyroid, arthritis, and gout? It seemed counterintuitive, but Ruth was desperate. She was tired of being in pain, and she was willing to try anything. So with a mix of hope and skepticism, Ruth took the plunge and adopted a carnivore lifestyle. And let me tell you, the results were nothing short of life-changing. Within weeks of ditching the carbs and embracing the meat, Ruth started to notice a difference. Her energy levels soared, her brain fog lifted, and her mood improved dramatically. But here's the most amazing part. Ruth's chronic pain started to melt away. The excruciating joint pain that had plagued her for years, the agonizing gout flare-ups, even the persistent inflammation, they all began to subside. It was like a weight had been lifted, both literally and figuratively. As Ruth's body healed and her inflammation decreased, the pounds started to come off effortlessly. She was losing weight without even trying, without starving herself or spending hours on the treadmill. In fact, she was eating more food than ever before, but it was the right kind of food, nutrient-dense, satisfying, and healing. Over the next few months, Ruth went on to lose an astounding 105 pounds. Can you believe that? She not only reclaimed her health but also transformed her body in the process. And it wasn't just about the number on the scale. Ruth's entire life changed. She was no longer held hostage by her chronic illnesses. She had more energy, more confidence, and a newfound zest for life. Oh, and did I mention that the hot flashes that had been driving her crazy also disappeared? That's right, the carnivore diet helped Ruth say goodbye to those pesky hormonal fluctuations as well. Chapter 3. Cheryl Klein, From Migraines to Miracles, 100 Pounds Down. Now let's talk about Cheryl Klein. Cheryl's story is a powerful reminder that the carnivore diet isn't just for people with chronic illnesses. It can also be a game changer for anyone struggling with their weight and overall well-being. Cheryl had always struggled with her weight. She had tried every diet under the sun, from Weight Watchers to Jenny Craig, but nothing seemed to stick. She would lose a few pounds, only to gain it all back, plus some. It was a frustrating and demoralizing cycle. And it wasn't just the weight. Cheryl also suffered from debilitating migraines that would knock her out for days. She had tried every medication and therapy imaginable, but nothing seemed to provide lasting relief. To make matters worse, Cheryl had been diagnosed with psoriasis, a skin condition that caused itchy, scaly patches on her skin. She felt uncomfortable in her own skin and her self-esteem plummeted. Then Cheryl discovered the carnivore diet. At first she was skeptical. Could giving up all those fruits, vegetables, and whole grains really be the answer? It seemed too good to be true, but Cheryl was desperate. She was tired of feeling sick and tired, and she was ready for a change. So she took a leap of faith and adopted a carnivore lifestyle. And you know what? It was the best decision she ever made. Within weeks of switching to an all-meat diet, Cheryl's migraines disappeared. It was like a miracle. The pain that had been a constant companion for years was simply gone. But it wasn't just the migraines. Cheryl's psoriasis also started to clear up. The itchy, scaly patches that had covered her skin began to fade, and her skin became smoother and clearer than it had been in years. She finally felt comfortable in her own skin again. And here's the kicker. As Cheryl's body healed and her inflammation decreased, the weight started to melt away. She was losing weight effortlessly, without starving herself or spending hours at the gym. In fact, she was eating more food than ever before, but it was the right kind of food. Nutrient-dense, satisfying, and healing. Over the next year, Cheryl went on to lose an incredible 100 pounds. Can you believe that? She not only transformed her body but also her health and her life. The cravings for sugary treats and processed foods that used to control her simply vanished. She had more energy, more confidence, and a newfound zest for life. Cheryl's story is a testament to the power of the carnivore diet to heal the body from the inside out. It's not just about weight loss, although that's certainly a welcome side effect for many. It's about reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, and giving your body the nutrients it needs to thrive. Chapter 4. Anita Breeze conquering acid reflux and 145 pounds with BBB. Now, for our final carnivore champion, I want to introduce you to Anita Breeze. Anita's story is particularly inspiring because it showcases the power of a simplified approach to the carnivore diet, the BBBE challenge. You see, Anita had struggled with her weight for most of her adult life. She had tried countless diets and exercise programs, but nothing seemed to work long-term. She would lose a few pounds only to gain it all back, plus some. It was a frustrating and demoralizing cycle. To make matters worse, Anita suffered from severe acid reflux, a condition that caused burning pain in her chest and throat. She had been on medication for years, but it only provided temporary relief. The constant discomfort was affecting her quality of life. Then, Anita stumbled upon my work and learned about the BBB challenge. BBB stands for beef, butter, bacon, eggs, an ultra-simplified version of the carnivore diet that eliminates all the guesswork and focuses on the most nutrient-dense, satiating, and healing foods. Anita was intrigued. She had tried other versions of the carnivore diet before, but she found them too restrictive and difficult to stick to. The BBBE challenge, on the other hand, seemed doable. It was simple, straightforward, and didn't require any fancy ingredients or complicated recipes. So, Anita decided to give it a try. She cleared out her pantry and refrigerator of all the processed foods, sugary drinks, and unhealthy snacks that had been sabotaging her health. She stocked up on grass-fed beef, pastured bacon, organic eggs, and unsalted butter, and she committed to eating only these foods for 30 days. The first few days were tough. Anita experienced some carb cravings and withdrawal symptoms, but she pushed through. She knew that she had to break free from the cycle of unhealthy eating that had been holding her back for so long. And you know what? It was worth it. Within days of starting the BBBE challenge, Anita's acid reflux disappeared completely. She was able to stop taking her medication and the burning pain in her chest and throat was gone. It was like a miracle. But it wasn't just the acid reflux. Anita's energy levels soared, her brain fog lifted, and her mood improved dramatically. She felt better than she had in years. And here's the best part. As Anita's body healed and her inflammation decreased, the weight started to melt away. She was losing weight effortlessly, without starving herself or spending hours at the gym. In fact, she was eating more food than ever before, but it was the right kind of food, nutrient-dense, satisfying, and healing. Over the next few months, Anita went on to lose an astounding 145 pounds. Can you believe that? She not only transformed her body but also her health and her life. She was no longer held hostage by her acid reflux or her weight. She had more energy, more confidence, and a newfound zest for life. Anita's story is a powerful testament to the power of simplicity and the transformative potential of the BBBE challenge. It's a reminder that you don't need fancy diets or complicated programs to achieve incredible results. Sometimes, all you need is to go back to basics and nourish your body with the foods it was designed to thrive on. So, there you have it, 4 incredible women, 4 amazing transformations, and 1 powerful dietary approach that's changing lives. Now, I want to be clear, if you're on a diet that includes plants and you're happy and fit, there's no need to change a thing. You do you. But if you're struggling with your weight, battling health issues, or simply not feeling your best despite trying every diet under the sun, the carnivore diet might just be the missing piece of the puzzle. It could be the key to unlocking your health potential and achieving your weight loss goals. Remember, this is powerful stuff. As always, talk to your doctor before starting any new dietary protocol, or find a doctor who knows about keto or carnivore diets, especially if you have underlying health conditions or are taking medication. Get inspired by these amazing transformations and see if the carnivore diet could be your miracle too. For more information, search YouTube for Dr. Ken Berry or Homestead How, and please don't forget to like this video.